Yeah, it's live now. It's live now.
Okay. Uh,
BJ on the beat. BJ on the beat. BJ on the beat. BJ on
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. Questioning myself if I believe it though. No longer question if I'm really a believer though. Now you should take into account that my account can build my belief. Take into account I must account for what I really think. Being in the space I learned to see. I only ever make what every day I can't believe. I gotta go. It's the only life I know. I believe it in my mind, so I know it's time to show. It's the only vibe to go. I do believe it. Do you believe it? That's it. Are you a believer till the end? When your funds are low, can you believe in it again? No longer ever questioning yourself if you believe it though. You never questioning yourself if you believe it though. You know the deal, please don't take the L. Never taking no L's if the Lord helps me, oh Lord. Never taking no L's, so I stay with me so long. Never taking no L's if the team with me, oh Lord. Never taking no L's, so I stay as ego.
all right. Hello, crypto family, Tokemetrics family. Welcome. Apologies on the delay. We're testing out a whole new streaming platform. Hopefully, it goes well. This one will allow us to do live streams, but also bring in people directly into the stream. So imagine us having a live AMA with people coming on, like a live call-in show. I'm very, very hyped for that. All right. So hope all is well. Happy Friday. welcome to Tokemetrics Live. We'll go through and we'll cover all the updates in the crypto market, give you price predictions, and then we'll do the AMA at the end. And definitely make sure to follow us on social media, on Twitter, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and podcast. We actually have changed the link for the podcast. Let me actually bring that up here. We have now podcasts for all the different products we put out there, right? So we have a podcast for Tokemetrics Live, available on Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon. Here has basically all the podcasts, the most recent ones. We have also one for Crypto Investing Guide. This is basically from the book and just other educational content about crypto investing. So think more like strategies for investing. Then we have the 100X show. Recently just did an interview with JoyStream, this one of the founders of JoyStream, a project I'm very bullish on. I've called this the next Helium, not financial advice, of course, but it was a great interview. It's coming out soon, so I would highly encourage you to subscribe to the podcast to get that both on Apple, Spotify, wherever you like your podcasts. And then we have Crypto Hidden Gems. So taking all the content we're putting out on our research site and making this available so you can consume this on the go, giving you the hidden gems, potentially the next 100x opportunity in crypto. And then we have Crypto Deep Dive as well as a podcast. So we're putting out lots and lots of podcasts. Crypto Minute as well. So if you want to consume soundbite clips of crypto, basically from 15 seconds to a minute long, this I highly encourage you join this as well. Crypto code reviews for those of you who want to get the technical data to see what projects are technically sound. So I highly encourage you to join that as well. So all in all, I think that's 7 podcasts. So I think this makes it a lot easier for people to consume the content we're putting out, because before we had everything basically just on YouTube, but now we're putting everything out as its own podcast. So for those who want just crypto minutes or just the code reviews or just the deep dives or hidden gems or the 100x show, this is how you can get that content on the go. So to go to that link, just go to tokenmetrics.com/podcasts, tokenmetrics.com/podcasts, and you will get access to all the podcasts we have out there. All right, so that's the spiel there. Now let's go back to the Mentimeter. So if you want to submit questions for the AMA, go to menti.com, menti.com. The code is 4354079, or just scan this QR code. That's 4354079 to submit your questions. All right, let's continue. So this is the agenda. We'll kind of go with the flow. Might make a few changes here and there. Now let me check in the chat and see how we're doing before I go to Coin of the Week. We've got Bull Runner in the building. Hello. Good to have you here. Alpha Diallo, long time no see, man. Good to have you here. What are your plans for Africa? No plans at the moment, but we'll definitely let you know if things change. Might be there possibly for a wedding, but other than that, that's basically it. Yeah, hit the like button. Let us know how you feel about crypto right now in this market. Hopefully bullish. Let us know down below in the comments. Pitt says GameSwift still 100x. Matic, goodbye. 100x if you got in at 12.5 million FDV. Currently, I think it's done at 10x. It's come down from a 20x because before it was almost 200 million FDV. Now it's down to, I think, 120 million last time I checked. But I think it goes to 1.2 billion and more. So from that perspective, yes, it's 100x. But not everybody got that price. But those who followed our research, you could have got that at that price because they had a Bybit IDO and they had a SpartaDex Launchpad event or IDO. But basically bullish on it for the long term. BK Crypto in the house. Thank you. In the building. Good to have you here. Moneyman, what's up? Hi from Lagos, Nigeria. Good to have you here. All right, everybody. Good to have you here. All right, so let's go to trending coin of the week. These are trending coins from social media, our platform, everywhere. We kind of curate this, and we ask you which coins you think are trending the most, or which ones do you think are the best trades in the next coming week. So we've got the options are Immutable X, Render, Bitcoin, Cetus Protocol, haven't heard of that, Bone Shiba Swap, and RockDAO. Yeah, the last three I would not touch. I haven't, not to poo-poo them, but basically I'm poo-pooing them. Let's in a bearish market, we have to be very, very conservative with our risk. right? So let's start with, let's actually ask the chatbot what it thinks, right? So immutable X surrender in Bitcoin. So let's actually test out Tokenomics GPT. What do you think about render Bitcoin and immutable X? Elaborate on both the fundamentals and the technicals for long-term investing and trading. Actually, we're doing just trading, so we'll keep it for short-term trading. Because we've been making some updates to the platform, taking all your feedback. And by the way, if you use the coupon code Tokenomics GPT, all caps, one word, no space, you can get 25% off. So I highly encourage you go use that while it lasts. Because we got Bitcoin, we got render. We didn't get anything for we didn't get anything for immutable X. Huh. Did they change to just immutable? Okay. Okay, so Bitcoin basically fundamental grade of 65%, technology 85%, trader grade not so good, 16%. Wow. TA grade 9. Trader grade for renders 14. So these are not looking good. Now we always keep on hearing a lot about render. Maybe we can delve deeper into that. Yeah, so there's nothing. Okay, now it's found it. I'm not sure why I missed that. So all these are not really looking too good. But let's now, sometimes there's a delay between the data on the chatbot and the data on the actual platform, just to kind of maximize resources on the server side. But let's actually pull this up on the platform here. Yeah, immutable X is not. Oh, wow. Actually, it's trending now. So although the grade is low, I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Let me try to make my screen bigger here. Okay, yeah. So immutable X is up over 85%, almost 85% in trader grade. So it's still in the sell, but it's trending up. So something's happening. 1.13 FDV, more than 50% of the tokens are liquid. It's still in a bearish trend, which is not good. But outside of that, though, let's actually try to do maybe a price prediction on this, right? Because I know people always want price predictions. Let's actually switch over to investor and see where it's at. So it's currently market cap is 635 million. Market dominance is 0.06%. So if we think crypto by summer 2025, which I think is the top of the bull run, because that's 15, 16 months after the Bitcoin halving, which happens next year, April 2024. So Bitcoin or crypto goes to 5 trillion market cap, from 1 trillion to 5 trillion, 5x. And it's currently at 0.06. So basically about around here, if it just stays where it's at and does nothing, it's going to 255, which is basically going to give us, let me pull up my calculator here. We should just put it be a lot easier. 2.5, and it's currently at 56 cents. That's basically 3.5x. So that's not good. Now let's say it does more than that, right? Let's say it goes to 0.11% market dominance. It goes to 510. That's basically an 8x. So this really has to, like, if you're expecting alpha from this, it has to really, really blow up. Let's say it does a 10x in market dominance, right? Let's say for some reason it's just that guy, right? Or gal. Let's see here. If it goes to 2551, that's a 44x. Now the question is, can they actually get there, right? So that is where we go to our trusted friend DeFi Llama to look at the on-chain data. and see how it's doing now and where it can go. Alright, so immutable X. So currently they got 36 million in TVL. All-time high was 20 million. I'm seeing OMI migration. Not sure what that was. I guess they forked or they migrated something. They had them under NFT marketplace actually, which is interesting. And that's what they would tag it under. If we compared them versus other competitors in the space, so they're number 2 in terms of NFT marketplaces with their own chain. So Blur has about twice as much TVL. But I would think they would be also under chains. So, because it's basically a gaming chain. But this is why I'm very bullish on GameSwift, right? So imagine GameSwift. So right now, in the bottoms of the bear market, pre-Bitcoin halving, Immutable X is basically 1.1 billion FTV. If they do a 10x, that's 12 billion. So I think GameSwift can capture a market share. Obviously, I don't think it's going to surpass Immutable X in FTV. If it does, I mean, that's like 1,000x, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? If it gets just 1.2 billion, that's 100x from the low price. But anyway, I want to compare. It should be here as well. Immutable X. Okay, it is not here. But anyway, that's now would I bet on Immutable X? I think it's a nice, decent investment. I don't think it's going to do 100x. I think it's going to do anywhere from a 5x to maybe 50x. Right? That's the range I would give it, because it's already a large cap. It's already over $1 billion FTV. So I would not expect this to be a huge home run. Right? So I would say 50x is probably the limit. Now, if we go to render is also very large, strong sell. So trading this right now is not really the time to trade this. So we're actually going to skip that and go to long term. So long term, it's in a buy. FTV is under 800 million. Good tokenomics. Has the AI narrative and cloud computing narrative. Actually, let me ask the chat about something real quick, because we've been getting a lot of people saying Akash network is similar to render. So we'll say compare Akash network to render and elaborate in details. Let's see if we can answer that question. But Akash network has a lower FTV. Render is better tech, but higher FTV. So the question is, what exactly would you? Okay, this didn't really give me what I wanted. Anyway, still a work in progress. It's still in beta. But actually, if we come here, because Render has that AI narrative really helping it out. And I think that's going to be big, because OpenAI is not going away. AI is really the biggest innovation ever in terms of technology. So looking at this, 5 trillion, if we go to from 0. Okay, let's say what, 0.05 to 0.5, we're looking at basically $67 for render. So from $1.46, that's basically basically same thing, 50x, right? So that's kind of the quick way of looking at it. So it's basically, this is a 50x, 0.5% is 50x for this, right? If it goes to 10 trillion, which I don't think crypto is going to do, that's 100x, okay? Now let's say for some reason it goes to 5%. That is at 5 trillion. Wow, that is over 500x. Really? Hold on, let me. 672.68 minus 146. Yes, 460x basically. Now, is that possible? Highly unlikely, because if we take the top 3, let's take some of the cryptocurrency that's large. Let's do Binance, right? Or BNB. just kind of give you a comparison, right? So Binance BNB's market cap is fourth. Its market dominance is 3%, right? So is Render basically going to be a top 2 market cap coin? Highly unlikely. So that I would not really go with. So 5% dominance is not realistic, honestly. But maybe somewhere in the middle, maybe between 0.5% and 5%. So basically somewhere between 70 bucks and 670. That could be that I would call the moonshot. Now, if we go to Bitcoin, where's Bitcoin going? Number 1 in market cap. Trading it right now is really not the time to trade Bitcoin. It's in a strong sell. Trader grade is going down. So out of all the 3, Immutable X has the best trading opportunity. And that's only because if we go back to trader grade, its trader grade is up almost 85%. So there's something happening. There's some kind of reversal happening in Immutable X. That's the big thing I would be looking for. All right. But okay, let's get back to Bitcoin. Let's try to see where Bitcoin could go long term with a realistic price prediction here real quick. So it's currently 46% market dominance. Basically, market cap is about $500 billion. And so if we're going to 5 trillion, we're looking at basically $119,000 Bitcoin. Right? So that's basically what we're looking at. And let me do quick math from the current levels. That's basically 3.6x, less than a 4x, if it just maintains the same market dominance. Now, let's say Bitcoin we have Bitcoin seasons that go in waves, right? So let's say for some reason it goes to almost 70% market dominance, which has happened in the past, right? We're basically looking at a price of almost 180K Bitcoin for less than a 6x return on your money. So it's not too good, right? And let's say the low ends up being like almost 60K. And that's really not good. All right, so we're basically looking at 1.3x. So, but I think Bitcoin next cycle is definitely going to go over 100K. When I say next cycle, I mean post-halving, right? So post-April 2024. So we're looking at basically anywhere from 60K to 180K, with 180K being high, with the most realistic being 120K. So this is why I don't own any Bitcoin. I mean, technology is great, but 2.6x is not going to be life-changing money. Okay, I mean, that's basically a stable coin. I mean, heck, even stocks are doing pretty well. NVIDIA. So if NVIDIA is just ripping, do you want to be in Bitcoin? Anyway, I digress. But let's go back to the presentation and see what people say. Immutable, right? So something's happening with the Immutable. Now, I've not actually checked their news. Let's see, maybe there's something happening on Twitter that's causing all this. All right, so let me. Things are doing well. All right, yeah, definitely smash the like buttons if you're enjoying the stream. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we're live and not being on the stream is a financial crime or crypto crime. All right, so the Immutable ZK EVM testnet is now live. Welcome to the true home of gaming on Ethereum. Building a great Web3 game has never been easier. Wow, okay, that's big. So now they're getting, well, they've always been in gaming and ZK EVM, but now they're actually going live. So this seems like this is the fundamental catalyst is causing this to do well, which now makes me want to do some further investigating. Let's try doing, let's find a ZK EVM dashboard. Okay, is this the best one? Let's see. Now, I'm looking for one that would have, this is Polygon. I don't need Polygon. Okay, I'll just do ZK. Let me try these two. Okay, we've got ZK Sync Era, Starknet, Polygon ZK VM Loopring. So ZK Sync is killing it. Then Starknet. They don't have immutable X. Let me try the other one. Okay, this one is even worse. All right, let's just do immutable. It might be better to just search for an individual dashboard. Okay, so let's see. So they've been growing in total users. Transactions, not much versus December 2021, although there's a huge transaction here. This seems to be daily. Okay, weekly active users. So it's not quite growing well. Let's try a different one. I'm not looking for the token though. That's the same one. Okay, let's try this again. If I can spell immutable. Yeah, I'm not really getting much in terms of dashboards. But anyway, I would definitely concur with the crowd. Immutable X seems like the best trade for this week. You have a huge fundamental event happening, right? ZK EVM testnet. You have, this is what the AI is picking up, right? So I would definitely look into that. Now let's see if we can learn more about AI. Tell me more about X. So as it's doing that, okay, I don't know why it keeps saying that. Is it just? Huh. I don't know what's going on. Okay, gonna have to send this to our team and see what's wrong. Sometimes the AI likes to hallucinate. Okay. All right. But anyway, let's continue. Let me know what you guys think. Let me let me see the chat and see how we're doing. Let me take a few questions in the chat. What's up, everybody? Good to have you here. Izzy Isran, good to have you here. Kai, great filibuster. Santosh, SCD, Romeo, Paco, Through the Wire. All right. We got a super chat from Mahmood. Hi, Ian. What are your views on AIOZ, on Marshall, ShopX, and UniX after the dump? Are they dead projects? Yes. I'm familiar with most of those projects, but none of them have really made any blue chip list for both long term. I'll say, especially for long term. Obviously, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing anything great about those projects. Now, I would just use the platform to go through and just analyze them. But long story short, those are, in my opinion, I don't think they're hidden gems. All right, so let's go to a price prediction for Kaspa. People have been asking for Kaspa price predictions after I did 100x in a bear market. So, I mean, actually, hold on, let's do this.
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
Congrats to everybody who made money with Kaspa.
Taking pictures with the zoom.
All right, so
We'll be coming back
Actually,
together
I
with
had
the
the
same
tab
pause.
for Kaspa already open. Okay, so let me just fix the mic. All right, so let's first begin with trading Kaspa. Do you still want to trade it right now? I mean, it's over 1 billion FDV. Has great tokenomics, right? Almost all the tokens are out there. It's basically, I believe, one of those proof of work coins that you basically mine or earn. They've partnered with Bitmain, which was a huge endorsement early on. I think Bitmain was an early investor, but that should have been the sign that keep an eye out on this project. But anyway, it's currently in neutral. So trading it is now really the time, although it's still a bit bullish since here, let's kind of take a step back, right? So to see how the money could have been made with Kaspa using token metrics. So over here was 0.003, and back in basically summer 2022, it kind of went flat, then turned bullish at 0.004, then went at to 0.006 went bearish, not much there. This was the huge gain. So from under a penny, 0.007, TM trading rate turned almost 94%. That was basically January of this year, right? Only this year, and it just shot up. We call that a rocket ship. Then it basically called the top at May 2nd, 2023. Kaspa was at 0.027. TM trading rate was at under 46%. So from, let me just do some quick math with this. So we got 0.027 top, and then we've got 0.007. 0.007. That's it. That's like what, 285%? I guess only in crypto we spelled. Okay, hold on. Then here you can turn bearish, turn bullish again, 0.002, and the price now is at 0.036. So honestly, this is why sometimes I say don't trade it, okay? Because even if, I mean, trading this, if you did your research, right? If you just huddled, I mean, it's pretty good, right? If you're trading this since the way back when, right? Basically 52x if you got in like super early, but holding this is where the money is. So that's why I prefer being a long-term value investor. I'm not sure if all these metrics are right. But anyway, sometimes you just get in early and just hodl. Okay. Sometimes you don't want to trade 100. But anyway, where's this going from where it is now? So currently it's 50 in market cap. It's ranked 50 in market cap. So if we go to investor and scenario analysis, right? Market cap is 750 million, basically, 3/4 of a billion. Market dominance is 0.07%. So that's going to put us basically somewhere around here, right? Basically where we are going to, actually not, oh, for 1 trillion, it's going to be around here, right? So let's say we go from 1 trillion to 5 trillion market cap. It's going to 17 cents for Kaspa. Right? If all of crypto goes to 5 trillion, it's going to 17 cents. If it just stays the same and maintains this market dominance. And basically, if it stays in the 50 market cap place and all crypto does that, right? That's what would, in theory, happen, which is basically like a 5x or so. It should be, right? But let's say we're more ambitious than 50 in market cap. Let's say it's going to go to 0.70, right? That means it's going to $1.73, right? So $1.73, I mean, that's pretty good for Kaspa because it's already made money. But the question is, can it keep on ripping higher? So, and if it does that, that would basically be almost a 50x return, is what, right? So to go from 0.07% to 0.7% market dominance with crypto going to 5 trillion, we're looking at Kaspa over $1.70. That's basically what that would be, right? Now, 7% is not really going to happen, right? Because if the third ranked I'm sorry, the fourth ranked crypto, BNB, is only 3% of the market. Right? It's not going 7%. That's basically saying Kaspa is the next Bitcoin, okay, or the next Ethereum. Now, I am a permeable for crypto in general, but while we like Kaspa, we have it in our portfolio for the fund. I mean, that's not happening. I'm sorry. If it is, I mean, might as well. That's like you're retired for life and for future generations. But yeah, I would say the realistic price prediction for Kaspa would be anywhere from 17 cents to 173. I'd say 17 cents is a bear case. Let's say 34 cents is the base case. Moon case is 173, like 50x. So basically, I think there's still potentially a 50x in Kaspa as the moon case, right? Moon case is probably 10% probability of happening or lower. But yeah, it's possible. But let me know what you guys think. What's your price prediction for Kaspa? What price do you think Kaspa is going to? Let me check the chat. Being in crypto is a blessing. Would that smash the like button? Yeah, Summit, definitely smash that like button if you're blessed for crypto. All right, let's now continue. Going back to our presentation here.
Gems. So these are the hidden gems from Token Metrics. So we've got DIA
or DIA, T-Rex, Dynex. All right, so we're going to go through and just kind of do a quick overview on these projects. So we've got DIA, end-to-end oracles for Web3. They've been around for a while. It's always been a decent project, just hasn't done much, hasn't had much traction. The oracle space is very, very competitive. You've got Chainlink, that's been around for a while. Then let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent project, but I don't think it's going to be the project, the oracle that takes off. I mean, it's definitely a respectable project. If we go back to DeFi Llama, and we say DIA. Okay, they're not even here. Let's do this. Let's go to oracles. Yeah, they're next 10th in terms of TVC, which is what, total value staked or something. But although they do have lots of protocols securing, okay, so total value secured. So they have a lot of protocols being secured by them. They're the fifth in terms of that, but in terms of total value secured, it's not doing too well. And they've been around for a while. I mean, even Binance Oracle is doing better. I mean, so it's not the Oracle I would bet on. I think Chainlink is getting bigger with them now going cross-chain and getting that big narrative. But if we actually compare, let's see what Token Metrics says on DIA. Yeah, it's not trading it right now is not the move. Investor grade is in the buy, almost 70%. FTV is low, 43 million. Tokenomics are pretty good. I mean, if you want a degen Oracle play with no traction, DIA could be it. If you're very bullish, if you think there's lots of upside, but I don't think oracles are really gonna blow up anymore because most blockchains are kind of, you don't really need oracles anymore. At least I've been told with Cosmos you don't really need oracles, even though there's banned protocol. But I mean, Chainlink is the market leader, so this would not be my preference for trading. I mean, they have a nice website and everything, but nice websites don't get you 100x. Okay, let's go to Taraxa. So Taraxa is an EVM-compatible smart contract platform based on T-Graph consensus, utilizing block DAG. This sounds like Kaspa all over again, because Kaspa is also a DAG with smart contracts. All right, let's see. EVM-compatible network, low-cost transactions, but AI-enabled Web3 ecosystem. It sounds interesting, but how many DAGs and blockchains or EVM blockchains do we need? because the question isn't whether anybody can do it. That's already been proven. The question is go-to-market strategy. Can they get actual adoption? Can they get actual developers using them? And it's a very crowded marketplace, so I don't see that being possible, honestly, right now. I mean, I think it's possible, but let's see where they are. So FTV is under 74 million. Tokenomics are not the greatest, so about 40% of the tokens, basically slightly more than 1/3 are out there. Oh, it's up 43% in price. So something is moving. Yeah, what's going on here? I mean, it's up 50% in the last 1 month. So something is happening here. Actually, let's see what it's trading on. KuCoin, MEXC, Gate. Let's see here. How's my audio? Is my audio fine? Okay, let's see here, because let me just check the audio settings here. Because audio should be maxed up, at least on my end. Yeah, it's as high as this can go. Yeah, so I'm not sure why people are saying the audio is having an issue. Okay, but anyway, let's see here. So 74 million. Let's actually do a scenario analysis on this since it's trading. All right, so let's say you're bullish on it. So current market dominance is basically 0. Let's see here. If we go to 5 trillion, so it's probably somewhere 0.007. Yeah, it's somewhere around here. Because it's rounding. So we go to 0.003. So I would say the moon case is basically 23 cents. Does that make sense? Hold on. I mean, something does not make sense here. More like a 30x. But anyway, I mean, let's actually check the Twitter and see what's causing this, or I guess X now, as it's called. Let's see here. What's causing this? I'm seeing an AMA. More retweets. I'm talking about Binance mentioning them on their feed. Or retweets from this guy. Is he on the team? Yeah, co-founder. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's just, I guess, one of those coins of the week. But let's go to, well, there's Friendtech. We've covered this before. Actually, I didn't make an account to test it out. And let me actually check the chat for that. People were sending me some questions in there. Now, I think it's a decent application. They obviously have received traction. I'm not bullish on it long term. I think they still have to eventually just create an actual app, because they're trying to short circuit or not really be part of the Apple App Store. And I think it makes the app very clunky. It's not a very smooth interface because of that, because it's not a native app. It's just very slow, right? Now, honestly, I just did it for the airdrop. There's speculation that there'll be an airdrop. If you go in there on one of the menus, it actually says airdrop, right? And we all know airdrops can make a lot of money, especially if they're free. Free money is always a good thing. But other than that, I mean, I'll just create an account just to get a potential airdrop. That's about it. I did put in 1 ETH, but I haven't really speculated or bought any shares on there. I'm just kind of trying it out. But it's interesting app. Definitely good marketing. Dynex, I think we covered this already from last week. I thought we did. Maybe it was customer webinar. Actually, it might have been webinar. Basically, a global network of decentralized supercomputing, the world's first the world's first neuromorphic supercomputing blockchain, whatever that means. So yet another blockchain that claims to change the world and be much faster in transactions. But that's not innovative enough. But if we go and actually look it up, let's see what it says. So trading this is neutral, under 60%. Investor, it's in the buy. FTV, 75 million. Tokenomics seem scenario analysis is currently basically at 75 cents. If crypto goes to 5 trillion, so base case is it goes to 370 if we round up. Moon case, I'd say 37 bucks. So 50x. Yeah, current market dominance is 0.01%. So we don't even have this on the chart for them to keep on going higher. And it's down 14% today almost. So not the first pick. And winner protocol, on-chain gaming. I've heard about this on Twitter, crypto Twitter. Decentralized on-chain iGaming infrastructure. It's meant to be similar to Rollbit, but I'm more bullish on Rollbit still, even though it's not necessarily fully on-chain. Yeah, but if we go to look at winner on token metrics,
Yeah, I actually don't have enough data. It hasn't been trading that long. FTV is under 38 million. Tokenomics
look good in terms of supply, but over here, market cap, something does not add up. So I'm not sure what the team is self-reporting. It is up over 100% in the last 1 month. But yeah, I mean, that's if we go to their Twitter, let's see if they have news. A custom built layer 3 for iGaming. Okay, so it's a layer 3. I wonder what they're building on. I'm guessing Optimism or something. That or Polygon. Okay, I'm actually saying, I'm seeing they're trying to unlock token utility. But yeah, I mean, if we look at all the on-chain data for gaming, if we go back to Dune Analytics and we say, they call it what, Gamblify now is the word? Yeah, Gamblify dashboard. So we've got this is actually now we want Gamblify on Arbitrum. So it's third. Is it third or second on Arbitrum for Gamblify? And looking at unique users, cumulative, they actually have more users relative to DMT and Loto. But if we look at Ethereum, so it's basically an Arbitrum play, Arbitrum Casino or on-chain gaming on Arbitrum. But looking at this Gamify on Ethereum, we've got the big leaders. We've got what DNT 2 million, Coco 2.5 million, RLB 42 million. So Rollbit is still king. And if we go over here, kind of the same thing. So Rollbit, in terms of cumulative users, has what, almost 8,500. Coco 7,300. Where's winner? I guess winner's not, because I guess this is Ethereum. But Rollbit, I think, is still the king of Gamblify. So I'd rather go with market leader than a degen play. But although it is on hidden gem, so maybe if you want to be really a degen and risk it all, well, I would never risk it all, but I would say never risk more than you're willing to lose. So for plays like this, I would say less than 5% of your portfolio. Treat it as a trade, 1% of your portfolio. But yeah, that's basically it for the hidden gems. Let's let's segue to the AMA. But let me actually check the chat and see how we're doing. Definitely smash the like button, subscribe, share this video with a friend. Now somebody's saying Kaspa has topped now. Definitely not getting Kaspa. All right. What about Blocktopia? Is there any scope for the metaverse they're building? I've heard of Blocktopia. I heard people made a killing. It did like 1,000x in some, I guess, for early investors. Then tokens were locked and it dumped, and people were calling it a scam. Is what I've heard it in networks of crypto. But it's not the first metaverse play I would be looking at, honestly. But I don't know too much about it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Just give me give me a few moments here.
BJ on the beat.
I'll be right back.
BJ on the beat. BJ on the beat.
All right, apologies about that. I am back. Okay. All right. So we're going to the AMA. Let me just pull this up again. Then I'll just, okay, so let's go through this. Ian, you often target $1 billion FTV from under 10 million for 100x. Makes sense. But if total crypto is going to 5 trillion, last cycle top was 3 trillion, would $1.7 billion FTV be more accurate? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible. So actually, I would say, if anything, when I say 5 trillion, I'm being very conservative, right? But because you mentioned the last crypto top. Let's actually see if we can get a chart in total market cap. Give me 1 minute here. Total, let's say historical crypto market cap. I think Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko should have it. All right, I want the chart. I don't want this. Okay, there should be a chart somewhere for. Yeah, here we go. All right, so if we say, yeah, the top was what, 2021 November. We're looking at 2.9 billion, almost 3 trillion. Then the bottom was like what, 800 million. And now we're basically at a trillion. All right, so basically, if we use that, let me see if I can actually move this in cycles. Actually, that's going to be hard. All right, so if anything, I mean, crypto could really take off and go to even 10 trillion market cap. Right? I think that is possible, although very, very optimistic. But I think that would be more so the top, not the base or the bottom of crypto, right? So if anything, think more so of if it goes to 10 trillion, it's going to settle at 5 trillion, right? But I think that's being very, very optimistic. That's the main case. So the way I kind of view it is this: the bear case, crypto goes to 3 trillion market cap. The base case, 5 trillion. The moon case, 10 trillion. I mean, if it goes to 10 trillion, I mean, they're going to be 100 X's everywhere, maybe even 1,000 X's being passed out. But you got to be early in crypto, like right now, pre-halving, to really maximize those rewards and benefits. But going back to your question, if I pull that up here. Because for me, it's just easy math. Find a great project with great fundamentals, great technology at a $10 million FTV. It goes to $1 billion, 100x. Nice and easy. All right. Whether it's a bull market, bear market, nice and easy. Like even crypto could still be at $1 trillion. And if it goes to $1 billion FTV, that's still 100x. That can still happen. That's why you have projects like Kaspa literally doing that, right? Literally launching, going to $1 billion FTV. Now, obviously, if we use 1.7, that's just, it's probably more accurate, but it's not easy math, right? I feel like it's easier to grasp, especially when making content. If you say, find it at 10 million, take profits at $1 billion, right? That's like easy 100x. If crypto is going to 5 trillion, if anything, you could potentially say you buy it at 50 million, sell at 5 billion, right? Because it's still basically, yeah, you could say that, but why 50 billion is decent, but if you can get it at 10 million, that's even better. So hopefully that answers your question. Which ecosystem would you pick for the future of crypto? Polkadot, Cosmos, or Cardano? I could give you the answer, but let me actually just show you the facts, the data. And then the data will just basically tell you the answer, but still not financial advice. So let's actually go to a
The developer
report.
you have to follow the devs and see where they're going, right? So as of June,
Right?
we,
There are over 21,000 full-time developers in crypto. Now, what ecosystems are they spending their time coding, right? And I want to focus especially on those that are full-time. We can do both full-time, part-time, but I like to focus on those who are actually making a living doing what they do. So if we come down here, let's just look at the data, right? So Ethereum has 1,900 developers. It's down 11%. Polkadot has 645 developers. It's down 18%. Cosmos has less, 524, so slightly behind Polkadot. But guess what? They're not losing developers. They're flat in a bear market. In the bottom of a bear market, they're flat. So they have a net gain on Polkadot of 18%. And if we go over the last 2 years, Polkadot has only grown 26% in devs, Cosmos 81%. And then the other was Cardano. Cardano has 133 full-time developers. It's down 18%. And it's only grown 21% in the last 2 years. So comparing the three, Cardano is last in number of full-time devs. Cosmos has 5 times more devs, basically, than Cardano. So why would I touch Cardano when Cosmos has 5 times more devs and is growing faster? And then Polkadot, while it has more devs, it seems like Polkadot is on the decline. And honestly, Polkadot ecosystem hasn't really been trending since they had like those launchpads, like Polkastarter. But I used to roast them saying there were projects launching on Ethereum, essentially money grabs, okay? Because Polkadot wasn't ready yet. But we do like Polkadot. Great project, great long term. But my understanding is the whole parachain auction thing is just very, very expensive. But if you do like Polkadot ecosystem, I can actually give you two projects we like. A Star, we did a review on that coming out, code review. Very, very good. It's a Japanese smart contract project. Moonbeam, we like as well. I guess you could say maybe XLR, although XLR is using it's cross-chain project that's using Moonbeam to integrate. But I would go with Cosmos. We're very bullish on Cosmos. Like our fund, Tokenomics Ventures, we have a lot of exposure to Cosmos projects, right? Because developer-wise, it's growing, right? Obviously, I wish they could add filters here, but out of all those three, I would choose that because this has the most growth. Let me actually see if we can click on this. Nice. So just looking at this chart, Cosmo developers are just growing, right? You want a chart that looks like this, right? So it's looking good. If we go to like even part-time devs, right? Monthly commits is going up. Although there's a huge crash here, I'm not sure what happened. Now, if we do the same for the other projects you mentioned, if we go to Polkadot, I mean, it's not looking good. All right. The top was July 2022, and it is on the decline. So I don't know if good technology can save a sinking ship. Now, I'm not trying to roast Polkadot, but this is not the chart you want to be investing in. Maybe when it bottoms, but preferably you want to go where the developers are going, not where they're leaving the door. Right? So although the commits, yeah, even the commits have been going down. So developers are leaving, commits are going down. What is the thesis to invest in Polkadot ecosystem? Right? It's basically that simple. Now, if we go to Cardano, I believe, well, actually, maybe not as bad, but yeah. So the top for Cardano was actually back in October 2022. So they went over 500, and now they've been going down. If we go down here, monthly commits, this has been very volatile. It basically goes up, down, a lot, down. It's very sporadic. I don't think you want that in your portfolio. Right? Maybe you do. Maybe there's more upside to it. But just looking at this chart, so after looking at those charts, let's go back to Cosmos and then compare what's going on. Right? Cosmos is just nice and steady. It's going flat. So while Cardano and Polkadot are going down, Cosmos is staying flat in a bear market. Right? It's basically holding down the fort. Okay, so then next question is, what do you look for projects in Cosmos ecosystem, right? So if we go back to DeFi Llama and we go to chains, where's Cosmos? Okay. Yeah, if we look just purely at Cardano, right? Cardano, let's actually just start with Cardano first. 160 million TVL for Cardano. Right, so peak TVL was back in March. So at 322 million. And the devs left in October. Right? So we have what? The devs left 6 months later, essentially. All right, so there's a 6-month lag between the peak and devs saying, hey, you know what? We have to eat, we have bills to pay. This is not helping us right now. Let's migrate somewhere else, right? Let's find different line of work, okay, or a different ecosystem to build on. And as we see here, right, because October was actually almost the bottom. Looking at this, it bottomed here in TVL. Now it's going up, so it is trending in the last, because it bottomed at about 50 million. Now it's 160, so it's done over 3x in TVL. So it is growing in TVL. Now let's go to Polkadot. If I, where's Polkadot? Actually, here, let me just type this in. Polka dot. Okay, so actually, they're not getting data on Polkadot chains. That could also be why, because they have to kind of market themselves more. Let's go to Cosmos. Cosmos Hub. No, that's not it. Yeah, we'll do Cosmos here. Okay, so we kind of have to combine all these chains. So you've got Kronos, which is the crypto.com blockchain, I believe, almost 300 million TVL. Kava, about 200 million. Osmosis, about 100 million. Thorchain, 50 million. Canto, 40 million. So you're getting people actually building on this, right? Because Cardano was what, 150 million? You have two projects in the Cosmos ecosystem that have more TVL than all of Cardano, right? So once again, why would you want to invest in an ecosystem, at least to me, where the data does not back up investing? Now, maybe you think there's lots of long-term potential based on the technology, and that's why you're in it. But eventually, you have to see some real-world results. And Cardano has been around since 2018, and what are the results, right? So that's all I would say. So going back to your question, which ecosystem would I pick? I would go with Cosmos. All right. Next question. Actually, I do have to wrap things up shortly. So this will be the last one. SafeMoon, no, we can skip this one. It's not a good investment. Is it good to hold Solar Network for bull run, or should I sell in loss now? I can't tell you that. I'll just use the tokenomics trading signals to help you with that. That's what they're designed for. Where do you bottom from here, or do we see the bottom already? I think the bottom is already, well, looking at this in cycles, think pre-halving, post-halving. The halving is happening April 2024. So we have to bottom before then. And I think we've already bottomed. So right now, to me, I'm not viewing this in terms of bottoms, because a bottom will not help you find a Kaspa that did 100x, or a Robit that did 100x, right? So I'll just toss that whole premise of bottom out the window. Think pre-halving, post-halving. Think is the time to accumulate and to find value, because everything's cheap. Post-halving is a time to enjoy, to just let it rip, enjoy the profits. Then summer 2025, that, if you want to call it top, is the top. Right, but that's the time to take profits, take money off the table. You can still be in crypto, maybe not take everything off, but you definitely have to take something off the table. But pre-halving, post-halving is the way I kind of view it. I do have a video coming out on that. Basically, it's actually a talk I did at a few places on just how to time the crypto cycle using Bitcoin, right? Essentially, how to make millions in the next bull run. I think it's a great video. Stay tuned. I would definitely encourage you subscribe to us on YouTube, put on alerts to make sure you get that video as soon as it comes out, because obviously urgency is key in crypto. But all right, with that being said, time to wrap things up. Thank you, everybody. Hope you all have a good weekend. And as we like to say,
We just landed on the moon in a Lambo.
the moon is not the limit to the moon and beyond. Thank you, crypto family. Have a good one.